Hey there everyone, this is Yui. Welcome to episode 9 of Sky Factory 4. Today we're going to look at quickly generating prestige points. So let's get to it. Now there's going to be a lot of upfront work you're going to need to do for this to work well. Basically you're going to need to make all the singularities at least once. And you're going to have the empowered pair box. So I am missing currently 2 singularities. The rest of them I have a bunch of. So we're going to first off generate the 2 I'm missing so I can show you from start to finish how to do it. Now the problem is I am missing platinum. And platinum you get from the laser. So we're going to make a laser. Make a laser though, we're going to need to deal with the mob duplicator. I had the slaughter factory set up way up top up there when I was doing the trial keys. So I already have a little bit of pink slime. 2 buckets. Not a lot, but that's enough to get started. So we're going to take a bucket of pink slime. We're going to dig a hole in the ground. Place it down. Oh, that was quick. And then we're going to capture them in the mob imprisonment tool. So if you remember before, we set up this stuff in here, which is the deep mob learning. One of the things running is blaze, which means we can make gas tiers because we get the matter. So we can make as many of these imprisonment tools as we want, which we're going to use to capture the pink slime. Next, we're going to make a mob duplicator. But we are missing nether wart. I suppose we could run to the nether and grab it, but looking it up, it is just more matter and a mushroom. And a mushroom we can get in the market for an emerald. And emeralds, I've got a couple thousand of. So we're just going to buy it. Because I'm lazy. So give me a mushroom. Give me a nether wart. And now we should be able to make the duplicator. Do I have essence somewhere? I don't think I do. So let's do another trick. Industrial foregoing as a fluid dictionary converter. Guy right here. So if we take this, I don't think it needs power. Yeah, it looks good. So we're going to give it cyclic experience because that's what we're getting from our mob farm. And we want industrial foregoing essence. Now if we just take our bucket, grab some experience, throw it in here, it'll convert automatically. So we could just take our bucket again. No, fine. We'll do it your way. Let's just, here, this will work. It doesn't have to be pretty. Let's grab a fluid duct, a servo, and pump it out, because it doesn't want me to bucket it out. Go. There we go. 1 bucket should be plenty. If not, then do more. It's not that hard to do. But we're going to take our mob duplicator, throw it here, sure. It needs power. It needs the imprisonment tool. And then you just give it a bucket of experience. Make sure you have looting. It'll make this better. But it will spawn the big slimes. And each of the big slimes breaks down into small slimes, which each of them can drop pink slime. Go away. I should have made a shuriken. There we go. All right. And with that, we're set. Almost 2 stacks of slime from 1 bucket of experience. Pretty good deal, I would say. Now we need a laser. I already made... What are you complaining about? White stained glass. There you go. I already made the base. Oh, I hate this recipe system. I have to put it in so it knows how to make it. Alright, how about now? Good. And then make me a laser. Actually, we can use 2. I am not going to go overboard with these, not yet. And for science... okay. That'll work for me, actually. Let's just get a couple. There we go. That's not horrible. We'll keep the laser drill. Actually, we'll just keep them both. Wrong one. There we go. So I believe this should work over the void. I am not 100% sure. So let's try it. We'll put a base down. We'll put a laser there. And a laser there. The drills need power. The base does not. Let me just get a point out. Or 2. Alright, let's see if this works. I'm going to let it run and I'll be back in a second. Alright, so I've let it run for a bit. I've spread it out a little more so there's a bunch of them. Underneath I have these extraction cables and a chest. Now the problem with the default layout of these laser bases is that they will not pick up platinum, which is what we want. We want platinum, and these won't pick it up. Granted, there are items in these bottom things, which will be hard to see. But if you take your base and you increase the depth to 5, it'll pick up platinum. I believe these have some, they're just in the pipes down below. So if I connect up my chest underneath here, well, there's a bunch, but let's check the computer. Well, I have 1. Not super common, but we got 1. So increase the depth if you're having trouble getting it to 5. I believe it's 5 to 16. Yeah, so. But we only need 1. So let me just throw it in my enrichment chamber. This is set to eject to the top and the side, which are smelting factories, which are set to eject into the ender chest. I could just put ores in there and it'll process them. Alright, let's get our platinum. We need a little bit more than just 1. That's a good start. Alright, so with platinum, let's look at Enderium. which we're going to do the casting recipe from Tinker's Construct, which means we're going to do the alloying recipe, which is going to be 1 part platinum to 3 parts lead to 4, so a bucket. It's going to be 1 platinum, 3 lead, and a bucket of resonant ender, which is going to be 4 ender pearls. So let's grab ender. I'm going to make 3 recipes. And I'm doing that so I get a block of the resonant ender, or no, the enderium. Oh, something not happy there. So just throw it in there. Make sure it's not outputting. Let it smelt up. This will go the same for energetic. No. What was it? Well, it is energetic. What do you make? Not ardite, not copper. Electrum. No, not electrum. Hey, what is that thing? This one, signalium. Jeez. So signalium, lumium, and derium, they're all going to be very similar to this. Except signalium here is going to be, copper, silver, and redstone. Lumium is going to be glowstone, silver, and tin. But they can all go in here just like that. Try to get a block worth just to save yourself some time. Man, platinum is so slow. And there we go. I'll just turn that on and let it go. Alright, so now we're going to start the process for the parabox. So if you don't have all the singularities yet, most of them, well, all of them except, say, cookie, bacon, and donut, you should be able to do this with. Get a block of the material, put it in a folder, pull it out of the folder. So now there are 2 ways of duplicating. So if the way I'm going to do it gets patched, you always can fall back to the parabox. The regular parabox, it'll just be longer. What you would do in that case is just keep doubling your resources until you have enough. Make 1 of each singularity, then keep doubling it again. So if you're not aware, what you would do is you would activate the parabox. Well, no. If you have your items in storage like this, what I do is I have a separate drive. I have 2 separate drives actually. I have 1 for various ingots, and I have 1 for singularities. I have them partitioned in this cell workbench. That way, if I come here and say look up ingots, there's only going to be the ones I made today. Which are going to be lumium, signalium, platinum, and enderium. What you can do is you can take those out, put in your cell, in your workbench, and put them in here, and that'll whitelist them onto this cell. Then if you have an I/O port, click this little arrow so it's pointing away from storage into the cell. This one. Put it here. And now if we go back, oh no, wrong one. That one. There we go. So if we go back here, there'll be no ingots in storage. If we put the 2 cells back in, drop these ingots in there, pull them back out, still no no ingots there, because it will prioritize these precise ones over the generic ones. So with that, I did the same thing for my singularities. So now every time I run the parabox, I could say pull out those two drives after it is running, and then when I close the loop, I'll have both drives in the drive still, but then I'll have the two on me, and then I can just put them back in storage, and I've just doubled all my singularities and all my ingots. That's the slow way of doing it. The fast way is make the folder, have one of the items, put the folder in the filing cabinet, and then have a item transfer node from Cyclic with a wireless GPS pointing to that cabinet. I have this on redstone mode, but when you put this in and turn it on, the item will stay in here and it will start duplicating the item. This is significantly faster than using the parabox, but the concept is still the same. You're duplicating items. Oh, no. You keep going. So basically what you want to do is you want to get 1,100 and a little bit of change for the blocks. Because we need 10,000 and a block is 9. So if you get 1,000, that's 9,000. And you get an extra 100, that's 900. So that's 9,900 plus some change. So just let it go for a while. It doesn't take too long using the filing cabinets. And I never said this was exciting. You have to do this for every singularity that you want. Unless you have the actual raw materials to do it. There we go. That should be good. Then I pull it out, grab all the blocks. I throw my folder over the edge because I don't intend to use it ever again. Now, there's multiple ways you can do this. The easiest way I found is just keep the blocks on you, convert them over, and manually put it in. And just count how many squares you have. So this is 4. That means this will be 5. Then 6. Here's 7. And then for the 8th one, you can start doing 2. You'll see that it glitches in your inventory if you put it too fast. These are actually just fake. They're already in there. If you don't want that to happen, just put it in a lot slower. Like that. But this is the exciting thing that I was doing to make all the singularities. And we're getting there. One more. I could have done 3. The last group. What do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 51. All right. Now, for me at least, this screen is glitched. There is supposed to be a progress bar here. To get it to update, you just click. Click or right-click the input or the output slot. And if you click fast enough, it looks like it's actually working. I'm just constantly clicking here and the progress updates. But I don't really care to see the progress update. So what we're going to do in the meantime is the same thing for Enderium. Actually, no. Here, I'll show you the other way of doing it. You can take it, same concept, just put the... So this is how you'll have to do, say, cookies, bacon, donuts. And that's about it, actually. Just do the single form. put it in, start up the duplication. Now when that's running, that takes a lot more CPU power, so try not to have one of those running all the time. But now we're going to grab the Enderium. This is done, and we're going to put it in the export bus. So this is going to be significantly slower. If you have 10,000 items in storage already and you put it in here, this will slowly ramp up and get faster and faster over time. We don't have that many, so eventually it'll start pulling them out faster than it can make them, so it'll update 5 at a time. But we got 1 singularity, so that means we have unlimited. We'll just put it in there. And we'll let this go, I suppose. This is how you can do it. See, it's updating by 5, because that's how fast it generates. So I'll be back in a second once this finishes, and then we'll move on. Alright, so let's recap for those who missed it or just skipped ahead. We made the singularity. So let's pull the singularity out, let's eject the rest of the stuff, throw the rest into storage. Take your folder, combine it with the singularity, pull it back out, put the folder in the filing cabinet with an item transfer node from Cyclic and a GPS marker pointing to that filing cabinet. Throw it in, give it power if you don't have it set to auto run, and let it go. You only need a little bit, probably half a stack, or just even like 10 is probably good. So if you are duplicating these using the parabox method, like I said, you only need about 10 probably. So what we're going to do is I'm going to stash this folder in case I need it later. But I have a partitioned cell with all my singularities in it. So I'm just going to add the new one, put the cell back in, and add the singularities. That way, if I pull the cell out and I look for singularities, it'll find none because they are all in that one cell. Okay, so now I have every singularity with the exception of the ultimate. I honestly don't know if we need this. If we do, then it is easy enough to make because we have all the other singularities. But what we're going to do now is just pull out from least to highest because that's going to let you keep track of which ones you've already done. Because if you pull one out that shifts position, like say this redstone one, now it's over there and you might get confused. So I go from the bottom up. I'm just going to pull out a stack of each. Nothing too complicated. There we go. So now I have all the singularities on me. My parabox is over here. I'm going to use a handy chest. You can use technically any inventory you want. A regular chest should work just fine. And then I'm just going to drop them in here. And hit the sort button just for fun. Does it line up here? Well, it looks like it does. Look at that. I'm going to drop a torch on it because in this world, zombies will spawn on blocks with like a light level of 9 and lower. Alright, so here's the fun part. I'm going to use an item duct to pull the items out. It will not connect to the parabox yet, so don't worry about that. We are going to use an iron servo. Regular, cheap, the lowest tier one, and we're doing that for a reason. The main reason is if you use a faster servo, items can get backlogged. So we're going to drop this down to 1, and we're going to set it to ignored. And with that, we're actually set up. We have the point, so we have power. But I am going to give it... Oh, let's go with another... Whatever. 3 points. Sure, why not? Those won't connect right away, which is fine. I'm going to drop the priority to 0. Not that it matters at this point, because I have so much RF stored. But now we can transfer up to 1,000,000 RF a tick into this pair box. In here, I have my generators. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 batches, so 16 in total. So each batch is generating 80,000 RF a tick. So we're generating 320,000 RF a tick in there. And our network buffer is 71 billion RF still, so we can let this run for a while. Now, we have all the singularities in here, and what's nice about this is since they're in a chest here, when our world restarts, it'll be back to this same position. So let's go ahead and turn this on. You might have to watch this. But basically now, what it's going to do is it's going to just, since it connected, it's going to, whatever singularity it can put in there, it's going to put it in there. Each time it does this, it's going to drop the time by 3 minutes. So once it adds that last one, there you go. So we already have 3 points. So it's not taking too long. Let's see. Every like 3 to 4 seconds, it drops 3 minutes. So for 20 minutes, that's what, 7, that's like 30 seconds. There you go. Now we've got 6 points. And basically, as long as your current RF matches the minimum required RF, you should generate points. So I am going to let this run for a second, and I'll be back when it stops. Or maybe I'll just cut here and fast forward it. We'll see. Alright, and we're back. So it's done 45 just for fun. I was recording the middle part just to see how long it takes. It did up to 42 points in 7 minutes, to give you an idea of how long it takes. So yeah, at this point, since it's taking what, like 48 minutes a cycle, 50 now, it just keeps going up. Yeah, it goes up by like 2 minutes each time. It's just going to be faster to restart it and let it go from the beginning. Overall, it's used about on average up to, well, this one's used up to almost 20. Most of them are around the 10 to 12 range. Some of them haven't even been touched. The ultimate catalyst, or the ultimate singularity, did not come up at all. So I'm just going to restart it, because it'll be faster to start over at this point than it would be to just let it keep going. Now, if you wanted to, you could have duplicated your stuff at that point. I really don't need to, so I did not. Now, when we load back in, slowly, there we go. All our singularities are back, so we don't have to worry about making them over and over. So we can just start this up again and let it go. What I did notice, however, is by the time we, however many we had, like 45 or so, the RF a tick goes up really slowly later on, so you really only need 1 or 2 connection points, it looks. I'll just let that go. So with that, see, 78. Because I did this a few times already. Now we can get, say, Mystical Agriculture. Soon we can actually get Project D. That's just in like 3 minutes time we'll be able to get that. If you use, so here we go. Let's just grab a slightly faster servo. This is the reinforced, so it's a step above hardened, but it is also under, say, like the resonant. We'll drop this to 1 also, and we'll let it go. So this will trigger it much faster. This is like 2 seconds instead of 3 seconds. But the problem will come in at some point, usually when it's switching. Well, see, he's going to make a liar out of me now. I did this one before, and it ended up getting backed up. So if you use a higher servo, just keep an eye on it. It is faster. There it goes. See, now it's stuck. Now it'll do nothing because it tried sending in 2 donut singularities. Oh no, it did an ardite. Oh, that's a while ago. So that's why I recommend using the iron. Look at that. See, we're already up to 12 points. It does not take long at all to get these points once you get all your singularities. And I showed you how to get those, so that's all. Now we can unlock everything we want. I'm going to unlock Project E, I think. But anyways, that's it then for this episode. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Hopefully this was helpful. I know it's a little cheaty, but you can do this without the filing cabinet by using the pair box to duplicate until you have enough. Like I said, if you get like 20 of each of these singularities, then you're set. Which is what, like 5 pair boxes? Because it goes 1 to 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, and 6 tries. Or no, 5 tries. So that still takes you about an hour to do, but you know, that's fine. Anyways, so that's it for this episode. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.